back to the KC Rush Hour Chris and Bev podcast. I know it's been a hot second since she's seen us, but hey, we're here. That's what matters. So you guys know the vibes. Definitely like and subscribe to the channel, please, and follow us on Spotify now. So that I think there's a few episodes that are still on there. A few scheduled predictions. I think the Bills and the Bengals one is the one that's been getting the most. The Bengals one I think has got the most views right now. Not surprising. Not surprising. The Bills one is Bev. They're climbing with views, but the one that has the most views I think I've seen is the Bengals one. And it doesn't surprise me because of all the moves that they've made this offseason.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see this season. I can't wait till everything unfolds.
Me too. And speaking of that, for you all NFL fans, according to, I just checked today, we are 48 days away from the NFL season starting. So, and next month is preseason, and of course what kicks the preseason off is the Hall of Fame game. But that's way down the road, because you know me and Bev like to give our game day picks or score prediction for the Hall of Fame game, but that's a little bit down the road. We'll get to that, but we like to hear from you guys. You guys are just a little just calm, just be a little bit less aggressive in the comments, please. We appreciate it. You know, we're trying to stay on Spotify, so try not to get us kicked off. But so,
hey, but we love the comments. Thanks.
We love the comments. Just try to keep it to where we're. I just like be Marshawn Lynch. We're trying to be here so we don't get fined.
Exactly.
Our first comment is from @SkyBlueScout, who's on TikTok. If you haven't seen Sky's stuff on TikTok, please check her out. I just had her on for the point after, and she was talking. She gave her opinion about Josh Allen. You go listen to it if you haven't. You know, her entire rant on Josh Allen is just nothing but facts. But she said her comments. So these are not my words. I'm reading hers. So guys, you've been warned. Okay. She said, "Hey guys, cannot wait for the season to start. Go Chiefs." Chris, tell Bev that she's an absolute badass. Yeah, I love how she just keeps it 100. We need more people like her. So apparently she likes you.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. If you don't, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Just gonna tell the unadulterated truth. However it comes out is how it comes out. But I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Bev definitely just keeps it 100. Hopefully I can get to be that level of like where she is, and maybe just be a little bit more direct, because I need to learn that because I think I've been a little bit too soft in some areas of my life. I need to be a little bit more just direct and tell the truth straight out.
I was too till I got older. Age brings it on.
Okay, good. I just want to hopefully that'll come with as I continue to age like fine wine. At Chloe.JasmineX, she asked, like, happy Shark Week guys. What is your favorite shark movie? Mine is a classic. It's a classic one, Jaws from 1975. So
well, I was born in 1975, so that's a great movie, and I do like that one a lot. For a more recent one, I kind of like The Meg. I mean, it's kind of corny and everything, but I kind of like Jason Statham in The Meg.
Bev, what do you say we have for first down, Bev? Which is hey, the Chiefs rookies reported to training camp. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday. So they reported to training camp, and the vets will start arriving through the weekend, and it's full on. More importantly, not too long ago, I saw the press conference with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes says he feels great. And so with that being said, Bev, what players are you going to have your eyes on during Chiefs training camp?
Well, obviously, like you said, Mahomes, we want to see what his capabilities of cutting on that leg and knee, his abilities to escape the pocket, just all the different scrambling drills. that would be the most important to see for him. I don't know that he'll get really involved in that because of, you let it completely heal. If he is cleared, I would still be cautious of how many reps he did. But yeah, that's going to be the thing. We're going to look at the stability of his leg, how he moves in the pocket, how he scrambles out of the pocket. Yeah, that's going to be something that definitely will be wanted to be watched. And of course, I'm going to watch Travis to see how he's going to look his possibly final season. He looks like he had slendered up a little bit. Is he going to be faster? Is he going to be able to make a lot more moves? Is he going to, get there? Some he's looks like he could get some records. I think this year he could break some records. So
there's 2 still on the table.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to be watching for those, particularly since I'm repping his jersey all year.
All season, and I'll be sticking with Patrick Mahomes this season. Yep. And you guys know, if you've been watching the show like anyone else, is that I'm the Mahomes to Beverly's Travis Kelce this season. So we're trying to be on that revenge tour. And this is where it starts. Exactly. And it starts in the dog days of camp. And so as far as players, I'm gonna have my eye on Bev. I'm mostly gonna have my eye on Cyrus Allen, the wide receiver from Cincinnati. That Travis Kelce actually, Kelce gives you a recommendation. That's given some high praise. Yeah. And then there's I'm gonna have my eye on Josh Simmons, because that you got to have the blind side of Patrick Mahomes protected. So I'm gonna have my eye on Josh Simmons, and I'll be watching him like a hawk.
Yes. I agree totally. I know another one you're gonna watch, Mansour Delane.
Mansour Delane with LSU.
I was going to say not just the offensive side, but I'm definitely going to have my eyes on the defense, the Chiefs defense. Now that they've invested so heavily into that defense, I'm definitely going to have my eye on Mansour Delane. Definitely the rest of the Chiefs defense, the secondary, and the interior. They have just gone nuts, and Steve Spagnuolo is going to have himself a fun time at camp. I feel like it, with all these weapons that he's got. So I feel like he's going to just those are the guys I'm keeping my eye on, but mostly, but on offense, I'm keeping my eye on the protection as far as Josh Simmons. I'm not worried about Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey. Those guys have been doing it for years. They know what they're doing.
Exactly. I'm going to keep an eye too also on these receivers. I think Xavier Worthy will have a great year, and Rashee Rice had better hope he has a great year because of all his off-field stuff. You better back up. That you're able to get out there and super perform. It can't just be perform. You've got to really put it all out there. So I'd like to see him. And then I'd love to see Kenneth Walker go absolutely crazy. And just, maybe
he's the MVP. He's the MVP.
Maybe, 1,800 yards. That would be great. Great. That would be over 100 yards every game.
Well, I'll put it this way, Bev. That's good that you said that, because the Chiefs, the last 1,000-yard rusher that they had was in 2022 and 2021, and that rusher was Kareem Hunt.
Wow. Okay, so we want to see it. We want to see it again. That is a must right now for our team.
We're going to see Kenneth Walker. A lot of people are going to want to see. It's like, is the run game? Are the Chiefs going to finally have a run game? The NFL media. Okay, y'all, I'm looking straight into the camera. Look, you can shut up now, because look, the Chiefs have a run game and they're dangerous now. Second down is where we have the biggest questions coming out of the AFC South. You have the Colts, the Texans, the Jags, and the Titans. So let's start with Indianapolis. Who's going to be starting at QB on week 1? So, and by the way, a little updated news. So is it going to be Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and they recently added another quarterback in Trevor Siemian. So wanted to get your thoughts, Bev. What do you think about the Colts QB situation in it?
I think
right now,
I think that Daniel Jones got lucky. I think he's like at Sam Darnold, and they got a lucky year. And he got injured, and I don't think any of them are him. Nobody is him. You know what I'm saying? That is not a group of quarterbacks that you look at and say, oh, great. You know, this one's going to take us really far. Obviously, Daniel Jones is the best of the group, but that's not, to me, that's not going to be who should be that. I mean, I think the Jaguars and the Texans obviously are much better than the Colts. So I think with all of the AFC, I don't think that there's any place for the Colts to make the playoffs this year.
You see the Colts kind of taking a step back.
Oh, yeah. I do. I see them taking a step back.
I'm just basically getting your thoughts. I already have mine, which is like, I really don't see CJ as the answer at quarterback, but what do you think? Because I haven't seen any success from him. So what do you think? Is CJ Stroud the answer for the Texans at quarterback?
Honestly, no. And I have an issue, and I'm going to say it. Don't come at me, or you can. I don't care. Whatever. I think Ohio State has a good program. Okay. I think they may be a New England Patriots type program with a system. And all they're creating is system quarterbacks. These quarterbacks have nothing to give when they get to the NFL. I have not seen hardly any NFL quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State that have done anything. Joe Burrow is the only one, and he had to leave Ohio State.
Yeah, I was going to say Burrow was the only one.
I don't think he fit the mold for how they wanted to run that system. Okay, so he won a championship somewhere else, and so that he's better than any other Ohio State quarterback that's ever came out, in my opinion. I just don't think that they do well. So I just don't think that, you know, CJ's going to do anything, and I would not draft anybody. I'm telling you right now, do not draft an Ohio State quarterback. The end. If you didn't get anybody else, I'm sorry. I hope the defense can really pull you along this year, because that's what it's going to take. They are great, but you have to score points. So CJ better get his butt in gear.
Well, their number 2 quarterback in their depth chart under CJ Stroud is Davis Mills.
I've heard the name, and that is pretty much it. I mean, where did he go to college? I don't know where he went. Did he play? Maybe
Davis Mills.
He was a backup somewhere.
I'm not certain.
I've heard the name.
Davis Mills. Let's see. He was at Stanford.
That's a decent program, yes, but
yeah. So
no,
not known for quarterbacks, though.
No, that's true. Yeah, he's not it either.
I just don't think CJ's it. When that game against the Patriots, he turned the ball over multiple times.
They should have never made it to the Super Bowl.
Come in and save him. So the defense for the Texans really kept them in that game against the Patriots.
Yes.
They really kept them in the game. So that moves us on to the second, the other team that's in the AFC South. That's the Titans. So, and I like Robert Saleh so far. He has proven himself as a good coach.
I like him a lot.
Question is, like, I want to ask you, like, so how do you think Robert Saleh can turn things around to where the Tennessee actually can start winning some games, or does Robert Saleh have to really start from the ground up? What do you think?
They've got a decent quarterback. I don't know what he's going to be able to do, but they do have that piece. I think they have a few more pieces possibly. This is what I'm asking for the Tennessee Titans ownership, GM, to do. You need to give him at least 3 to 4 years before you put any super high expectations on him, because he can only work with what you give him.
Mm-hmm.
So he deserves to get a real shot to make the Titans a contender, and you have to give him multiple draft picks, free agency pickups, and maybe even a different set of coaches, backup coaches, if these don't work. But do not blame him if there are iniquities in the system, if they're not doing as well as you think. It's not always going to be your head coach. They don't need to have their chop off the head, because they can only do with what they have. And if they have subpar players, you're going to get subpar performances, and you're going to get subpar seasons.
You know what? I'm with you because I looked at the Titans roster, the wide receivers that they do have. There's only two that I really see that are really of significance. There's the one that they drafted, Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, he feels like he's really old in the league. He feels like he's really old. He's got to be last legs.
Calvin Ridley spent most of his time in Atlanta. After that, he did go to Jacksonville. He went to Jacksonville on a 2-year deal, and then after that, he remained in the Titans ever since.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And their only running back right now is Tony Pollard.
Wow. Seems like he's a little aged out too. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Tony Pollard spent most of his career in Dallas.
I was going to say, yeah, that's not of any consequence either to help them.
No. So I'm with you before we move to the Jags. They've got to, before they just really launch everything and put all the weight on Cam Ward's shoulders, you got to realize this is not something that's going to happen overnight.
No,
you got to build pieces around him.
Yes, 100%.
And lastly, the Jags, the winners of the AFC South, which they really didn't deserve to win, in my opinion. No. So right now, the Jags, they just lost Trevor Lawrence's safety blanket, and that was Travis Etienne, or Travis Achan, as he told us to call him, Travis Achan. So that was Trevor Lawrence's safety blanket. So, and he's over there with the Saints now.
Okay, well.
So, question is, like, what would you do if you were the Jags, Bev, right now, since there's no running back in the room right now? They're all rookies.
You better get them in training camp and get them going, and hopefully somebody stands out as a decent running back for you. I mean, obviously, Trevor Lawrence is going to stay there and waste his talents, apparently, that he has, because it's just not. He had his opportunities, and he actually failed several times to elevate his game. But now you know once you start losing players, then really Houston should take away this division pretty easily. In my opinion, they should. Will they? We will see.
The statistic: when the Jags ran the ball, they were 13-2, but when they did not run the ball, they were 6-12.
Great stat, Chris. Great work for all your work that you're putting in there. Yeah, that goes to show you that they're going to be scrambling to try different combinations of running backs then, and they're probably going to draft a running back next season because they'll probably get a pretty high picks. So who knows what all they'll draft?
Yeah.
But they. Yeah,
I try to do some stuff with stats. I'm not the greatest at stats, guys, but I try to make the effort where I can.
That's a good one.
I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Yeah. That was a great one.
With all that being said, who do you see, before we move on to our extra point, who do you think wins the AFC South?
I mean, like I said, if the Texans don't take the AFC South, you can put it square on the shoulders of CJ Stroud.
So you're saying CJ could be on the chopping block?
He would be if it was my team, and I like him. That's the worst part.
D'Amico looks like he's trying to win. If you're not in the winning business, CJ maybe you're in trouble, CJ.
I like D'Amico. He's a good coach. I think he deserves to have a great team, but you got to have it on both sides.
And right now, he does not have that. And now for the extra point, that'll wrap up today's show, which we thank everybody for really just continuing to comment stuff. And of course, if you want to be on the show, please let us know and drop something in the comments below, because definitely we want to hear from everybody. And for the extra point, we're going to be looking at week 1, which is hard to believe we are 48 days away from the NFL season starting, Bev. It's like, before you know it, the leaves are going to start to change. Kids will be in school. It's almost here. So what game, other than the Chiefs game, other than the Chiefs Broncos game, which we've already have circled? So which games are you going to be keeping your eye on? But for those that do see this, do see this week 1 schedule, this is up. But Bev is right. The Bills playing the Patriots. They have to play them twice, don't they? So yes. So, and one time I think they'll be at the Bills home stadium, and then the next ones will be at Gillette Stadium, which if the walls of Gillette Stadium could talk, I cannot wait. But week 1, but as far as like games that you'll be having your on, that definitely the Bills games. Yeah, because they've changed and they've gotten rid of so many people They've gotten rid of so
Yeah.
many people. No Micah Hyde, no Jordan Poyer, no Matt Milano is on a 1-year deal now. So
Wow.
this entire defense is about to change for the
Oh,
Bills, and I'd be questioning. And they got a new head coach.
That's going to be tough. I don't know that he's going to do very well. I think they were a little quick to judge and getting rid of. I know he was there a while, but I don't think you should have cut him. Sean McDermott, he was a good coach, and you can only do so much with what you have. So I think that was a bad choice, and we'll see how well this coach does.